Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Party people, say y'all get funky. It's Friday. What's going on?
Hello, Skip Bedell.
Yeah, what's happening, Allison Bedell? We are here, and we want to welcome everybody back to Hammer and Nails Podcast. I want to thank you all for coming back each and every week. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you so much. We really, 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 really appreciate all of the downloads, all of the email.
All the love on Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. You guys are great. Send us all your questions and everything, and we really appreciate that because it makes for a good podcast.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't checked it out yet, hammerandnailspodcast.com. It is almost finished being completely revamped. The mobile version is different than the online version, so you'll have to check out both. They look a little different because the menus are different, but you can find everything there, all of the episodes, all the summaries, all the links to the products that we talk about. You can find the Amazon banner that you can actually drag up to your bookmark in your internet browser. And if you guys wouldn't mind clicking on that Amazon banner every time you want to go shop at Amazon, that really helps us out a lot. We get a little teeny tiny commission just for referring you guys there. I do all of my shopping now on Amazon.
Oh, good God. Do you ever?
I used to, I've always been an Amazon shopper, for 10 years.
Our front porch looks like a warehouse.
Yeah, but ever since...
We need a forklift to move all the shit around that gets delivered every day, the boxes, the piles of stuff that comes.
Yeah, but it's ever since I did the Prime, you really start to realize that it is a bargain and a half. It's like you get to have everything delivered without any shipping charges, 2-day shipping free.
Right.
In addition to the already discounted prices that they have great prices. You can definitely price compare on there.
A lot of those things are sales tax free also, right? Some of the things you get too. You really wind up...
you do pay tax on some things, but not on others. But you can get food on there and every single thing for your house. You can get in it. We even got those rails for your dually, the step-up rails.
Oh, yeah, for my truck.
Yeah. You can get car parts on there.
Pretty much anything you can find on the internet, for the most part, you'll be able to find on Amazon.
Yeah, if you guys aren't Amazon shoppers and you're maybe a little bit older, you're not into really using the internet to go shopping, just take a look at it because, we're really old too. And
hey, speak for yourself.
And, it really does save time and gas and miles on your car because for all the things that you would normally go out and take the time to shop for, which takes, an hour or 2 or 3 to go out to the store, go shopping, get what you want, come back. You've spent hours of your life, gas, mileage, money, and all you had to do is go online and look, click a button, and it's at your house, at your door in 2 days.
Yeah, pretty soon we're just going to be like a society of people that sit on the couch and work from home on their computer.
More bonbons if I can order from Amazon.
Buy everything and get it shipped to your front door. There'll be no more human interaction. There'll be no need for any road systems.
You know what? I don't want to deal with traffic. If I can have something delivered to my door, not even to the mailbox, but to the front door they come.
Right.
It's so convenient.
I get it all. I'm a little bit old school. I got to say, it is affecting definitely the mom and pop and the business fiber of society, to where, unless you're into, the e-commerce and you're getting your stuff and selling it on the internet or you're part of the whole movement.
Mom and pop can sell on Amazon, though.
Mom
That's
and pop
the thing.
Are fucking broke.
No. Mom and pop can sell their goods on Amazon, and they can actually save money by doing so because they don't have to pay the rent for whatever building that they were paying for to have and wait for customers to come drive up to.
Well, I got news for you. If you want to stay in business in today's, economic landscape, that's what you got to do, really, because real estate prices are not going down. Commercial real estate is super expensive. So you ever try to rent a retail commercial space, it's crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And then you got to build that place out. And by the way, you got to sell a lot of crap just to pay your overhead, So
yeah.
There is a lot to be said about the whole internet sales movement, and obviously it's progressing at a tremendous rate because it's getting to where you really can get anything online.
You can get your tampons on there.
Well, I wasn't
your
really
sex toys on there.
I wasn't really thinking about either of those things, but thanks for mentioning that.
I mean, the things that you wouldn't really imagine that you can get it all.
I was thinking more like big power tools that you'd have to picture.
You can get
like
that too.
You're going to drive up and back your truck up to the.
I bought you that big
to
Makita
the depot or whatever.
Remember your big Makita?
We got everything
saw.
delivered.
What was that?
I got
Reciprocal
my
saw?
DeWalt 12-inch slotting miter saw, which is a huge box that comes. Table saws. I've gotten that big
from Amazon
Makita reciprocating saw.
I also got you your stiletto hammer on Amazon.
You did. Yes, you did, which I love very much, by the way. If you guys are in the trades and you haven't checked out Stiletto, go online, check out Stiletto hammers. They make a product that is really one of these days I'll talk more about it. I think I have in previous
You have in early
podcasts,
episodes.
like way early.
I think it was like the second or third episode.
About 60 or 70 episodes ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just an amazing thing. But yeah, you're right. A lot of tools. I mean, we really get everything shipped here now. I mean, we still do go to the grocery store. You know, we still go to stores and shop like
you
know,
have to I get my dairy and frozen.
I would think that if we were to go to the store and transport all the things back that you get delivered to the house every day, I would have to basically just be a full-time trucking company. Because it's pretty much like FedEx and you know UPS and the Postal Service shop stuff over here every day. So
oftentimes the prices are actually even better on Amazon, and I've also found that they have a lot of Trader Joe's products available on Amazon as well. So that's really cool too, because there's not as many, like at least around here, there's not as many Trader Joe's, and sometimes it's just a pain in the ass to have to drive in the traffic to get there. So if it's just like one thing that I know I really want to stock up on.
Speaking of which, we were just talking to Kayleen the other day when she came. Kayleen McCabe, if you guys haven't heard a previous podcast, was here earlier in the week and stayed with us, and we were sampling some of your amazing cookies, and she was like blown away by how awesome it is. She's from Colorado, so everybody's kind of like crunchy out there in Denver, and they're all, you know, into like the organic stuff and, you know,
farming,
eating mushrooms and all that kind of thing, and Groovy Man and everything. So, but she was like, these cookies are amazing. They must be so fattening. And of course they're not. And you gave your whole recipe, which you guys have probably heard. And if not, you can go on to AlisonBedell.com, click on her recipes, and check out these awesome cookies that are sugar-free and, like, you know, have no oil or gluten or flour and every other thing you can imagine that you shouldn't be eating. They're not in these cookies, but they taste like, you know, your ass is growing as you take every bite.
They're very indulgent.
So anyway, we were kind of like all agreeing that these things should be in Trader Joe's, because Trader Joe's is like, you know, they have this great stuff in there, and they're health conscious about a lot of their products and organic and some, and they have some awesome products like that too, like granola and cookies and all
you know,
kinds
I'm
of
just
stuff.
not business minded like that, and I'm just not.
Yeah, but that's why you
motivated.
need to get somebody who is to take that stuff to market, because people would buy it.
Okay, well,
man.
any volunteers? Well, anybody who's got a good business sense, hook a
or
girl
has
up.
the time to
Get in
do it,
touch.
because neither one of us have the time to do
Exactly.
it. But you
Get in touch.
you have a product, just like I told you with your jewelry line, which is like ridiculous. It's so great. You probably have 100 different pieces of jewelry that I've seen you make that are just so unique and like unlike anything you guys have ever seen, that if you were to just take a few of them and put them on your Facebook page or whatever, you would be getting orders like you wouldn't even be able to keep up with them.
It's just,
but that's the problem, right? You're like, when am I going to have time to make
Exactly.
them?
I don't have time. I mean, sometimes I find like, oh my God, 6 hours just went by and I only finished one bracelet, because the whole creation process, you know, and I'm putting things on, taking things apart. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other things to talk about. Actually, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world.
All kinds
right
of
now.
things going on in the world.
Yeah. One thing that's going on in the world the day after tomorrow is you at Hofstra University in Nassau County.
Man.
Yep, you're going to be at the Nassau County Home Show at Hofstra University between 12 and 3. The show is both days, but it's going to be going on between 12 and 3 for you and your meet and greet and your presentation.
Be shaking hands and taking pictures and kissing babies and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and then after that, we will be walking around perusing all of the other vendors there too, because as you know, we're doing a home remodel right now and we're very interested in looking to see what everybody's got out there these days.
I'm always checking out, constantly looking for like new stuff and new ideas and new products, and you know, things are changing like by the day. So that's one cool thing about our industry, is that there's always somebody who's got something new. And then that also changes like all the installation methods too. Like, you know, as the products and the materials that we use on installations on construction sites change, our methods of installations and whatnot.
Speaking of method of installation, that I was actually learning something the other day. Really cool. Was Skip was hanging? He was putting up the sheetrock on the ceiling. And he was balancing it, and he had his little pole, and then
little pole,
and he had his tension
pole
what you
usually
or something. Call it. I don't know. And then he had like a cleat in the wall, and you were trying to get it in there.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. So then at some point you lost, I don't know, you just lost your balance or something, and then the whole sheetrock came flying down to the floor.
No. I'm going to tell you what happened, Bedell. All right,
and it landed on a ladder. And the ladder went through the sheetrock.
Wait just a minute. I seem to recall that you were on dead man duty, and I had built.
No.
Oh yes, and
not for that sheet. I offered you help, and then you were like already kind of almost finished.
No. I put the cleat on the wall. I put the sheet up into the cleat, and I was going to push it up. And you were gonna come behind me. You were off doing a cookie thing or something.
You're delusional.
No,
I wasn't any part of that sheet.
No, I had the dead man in one hand. I was trying to hold up the other piece with the other hand, and it slipped out of the cleat. That's what happened.
You are wrong.
Oh, no.
I helped you with the piece afterwards because you fucked up the previous piece, it got broken.
No.
Yes.
No.
You dropped a piece. It's okay. Everybody does it.
Well, yeah, I dropped the piece.
Everybody falters.
The best part was how it just blasted through.
Do you
the
remember?
ladder blasted right through the whole board, right?
You weren't
I wish
there.
we would have been filming that with the GoPro, like in time lapse, because we're filming this whole project.
And I was just saying, like a minute before, I said, I wish I would have caught you doing the rest of this. I wanted to videotape it. And then no sooner than I said that, you dropped it, and it broke over the ladder.
Yeah. Yeah,
the ladder was but it stayed intact. The sheet stayed intact, but it had a ladder going through the middle of it.
It was actually a step ladder, so it had the bar on the top that you hold onto, and the whole sheet came down. I jumped out of the way, and the ladder actually just went right through the sheet, and the sheet was just like balanced on the ladder. It was.
You know what I just thought of?
It would have been great to capture on film.
When I said everybody falters, and it made me think of falling. And I don't think you were there. I think you were working inside of the house. It was the episode with the chicken coop, season 1.
Oh yeah, season 1 of Catch a Contractor.
Yeah, so you weren't there, but somebody got some bright idea that they wanted to get fancy just on this one episode.
That was Manny's episode. That was the episode that Manny was in.
Yeah. So somebody got the bright idea they wanted to be fancy in this episode with the filming. Like they wanted to do something like, and you'll see it. If you watch it again, you'll see it. And it's the only episode that has this in it, where they show me turning the ignition, putting my foot on the gas, and like getting ready to drive. Like they put the camera by my foot, they put the camera by my hand. They were showing me, and then they wanted to show me getting out of the car with the wind blowing in my hair and walking seriously across the street, which is towards the camera, like with a serious, you know what I mean? Like just like having like a walk. So it was just like a little thing they were going to insert afterwards. I don't know. Like they were just playing around with it to see how it would come out.
Right.
And they'd never done it before.
Normally you just park the car, walk across the street.
And normally it's just like
you're pulling up to the job site, but they're like, let's do.
Yeah, like they never say do it again.
I think they had it like kind of like in their mind they were going to do like in slow mo that you were like like Cindy Crawford walking down.
Yes, they were doing that for a while.
Walking down the runway with the wind blowing in your head.
They were recording me like that for a while, but they never used it. But this particular episode, they wanted to focus on me with the car. So I was doing this thing. They were recording me, put my foot on the gas and turning and adjusting my rearview mirror.
Right.
So then I get out of the car and I have to like walk towards across the street towards the camera, but not looking at the camera as I'm walking towards the people's house to go meet up with you and Adam. And so I did it a couple of times, like I had to kind of like flip my hair a little bit, back. And I was so focused on like looking straight ahead because the cameraman was ahead of me, but a little bit to the left, and I don't want to look at him or the camera, of course. So I'm looking straight ahead, but I'm not looking down either because if you think about it, that won't look good on camera. So I got my eyes straight ahead. And by the time I got like right next to the camera, when I went out of the lens, I tripped on the curb. I tripped and fell right there. I went flying with my hands flying like Superman. I just took a fucking flying leap forward and landed on the sidewalk. So I had this like sexy walk with the flowing hair and then walk.
You're flipping the hair
Yeah,
back
I'm walking all serious with that look on my face and then blah, and fucking wiped out on the sidewalk.
That's awesome. You never get to see that, though, on that episode.
It was so funny. Never try to be, it's just the worst when you try to be sexy and then you wipe out. That blows.
Oh, God. You got a whole camera crew with like 50 people around you. Yeah.
I laid there on the ground and I rolled over though, and I was just laughing my ass off.
That's really
because that's
funny.
all you could do. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta laugh at it. It was just so ridiculous.
That's great.
Like
We've had a
timing.
lot of really funny bloopers moments while we're filming the show because we film everything kind of live as we're building stuff, and there's. It's just like stuff happens, like that sheet that fell down. This is not a lot of time on the show to add, stuff like that. Like, sometimes it's funny and it's funny when it happens in the moment. Everybody, but you don't.
Oh my God.
You don't
know
really
what's funny?
see it on the show.
Did we tell the story?
There's not time to show everything. What's that?
Did we tell the story about the compressor during the pilot?
Oh my God, that is a great story. No, we
tell that story. So many other things we have to get to, but I can't think of it. I'll just forget if I don't have you do it now.
All right. So the short version is we're between shooting scenes and we're in the bedroom of this house where we're doing a bunch of work in the bedroom, in the bathroom, whatever. And everybody's kind of rushing around because we need to get this thing done. So we're at the point where we got the trim guns out and we're shooting up molding, and it's like probably the last day, I think. And off in the corner of the room is a pancake compressor. So for those of you who don't know what it is, it kind of looks like, I don't know, I'd say it's about maybe 1.5 feet in diameter. It's a metal tank, and instead of being a round tank, it's kind of squatted down, almost looks like a pancake. And that's just to take up less space. And it has a little handle on it. It's very small. You can kind of pick it up like a little suitcase, and you plug it in the wall. And that's the compressor that we plug our air hoses in for the nail guns and whatnot. So this thing, they're obviously they create air pressure. And how it works is that as you keep using the nail guns and it's dispensing air pressure, eventually the pressure will get down below what you had preset it at. If you wanted it, let's say 50 pounds or 100 pounds per square, whatever. So occasionally the thing will kick on and off every once in a while, and it's really loud. So it's like, and so it's very loud. So every couple of minutes, the thing is, everybody's shooting guns and all around the whole house, and every couple of minutes, this thing is kicking on and off. So we're between scenes, and we're trying to talk to, the director and the showrunner. I think it was Kevin Harris, right? Yeah. Kevin was on the set back there to make the pilot, and he was awesome to work with, very funny. And so he goes over, and no. He's standing over by the compressor.
Next to it.
He's standing over by the compressor, and Adam and I are on the other side of the room. And literally, I'm like, "So Adam, so what did you what?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, so Skip, what do you think about?" And like, we could never finish a sentence, right? So Kevin Harris is standing over next to the compressor, and Adam's like, "Hey, man, shut that thing off." And so Kevin's looking around trying to find the switch on, and he couldn't find the switch. And that's because there was no switch on it. So you had to pull the plug out. So Adam's like, forget it. So he walks over there to go bend down and pull the plug out of the wall. And Kevin had just been standing next to this thing, and he must have ripped like the nastiest SBD like ever. And Carolla bends over.
I got an ass full of gas. It was just the face was right in it.
Yeah, he bends over to pull the plug out, and he comes up like,
Put his face right in it.
And the look in his face was like somebody had just like crapped in his Cheerios, He was like, "What the hell was that?"
Oh God!
And Kevin Harris just like quickly runs away, and he was like, "Oh my God!" He was cracking up.
So everybody was laughing so fucking hard.
I think
Kevin used to fart all the time. He was like one of those guys that you'll know him about a day and then he feels comfortable enough.
Right.
And he farts everywhere.
Yeah. So you got to remember, we're filming in we're in the middle of the valley. It's like 105 degrees. Which, by the way, the windows are always shut in these houses when we're working because we can't have any outside noise, cars driving by, things like that. Plus, the crew is always outside the house, and it's a construction site. So on the other side of that wall, where the windows were open, you would hear the saws going, you would hear everything going on out in the yard. And if we're shooting in the room, let's say whatever room of the house, we can't have all that other noise. So the windows are always shut. The AC's off. It's hot as balls in these houses, always, right? And
then you got ass vapors.
And then you got KH running around smoking the whole place out. So it's basically like a hot fart box.
Yeah, it's like, when can you ever get Adam Carolla to bend down to your ass level and inhale your fart? Awesome.
We talked about that for the rest of the season, man.
Oh, yeah.
I think there were cameras rolling on, because they never shut the cameras off. Even like when it's not stuff that we're going to use. There's always somebody who's got a camera, or GoPro's rolling or something up on the corner of the room or whatever. So I'm sure somewhere there's footage of that. That would be some funny stuff to see, man.
Yeah.
You kind of had to be there, but it was hysterical at the moment.
There was also that. Did I tell a story about my phone on the podcast? We had just gotten the new iPhone 5 had come out. And so we got these two beautiful brand new phones, and they got
back when the 5,
just came out, got the brand new Lightning charger. Right, so
that's when they changed over from the big plug to the little mini
so
plug,
it was like they were hard to get and they were expensive because you only got it with the phone, and if you want to buy another one, it was a lot of money. So we were, I was sitting on the couch in the living room with the makeup artist while you guys were doing your thing in the bedroom with the film crew. And at some point, I plugged in my phone and
with your fancy little new
new charger, and then I took my phone with me and the charger wasn't there anymore. And I'm like, I knew where I left it. There was no doubt in my mind. I'm like, some motherfucker took my charger. So I was like already pissed. So now the day is going on and I'm like looking for it. There's a big crew there.
There's like lots and lots of people that are in and out of the house. Everybody's plugging their phones in somewhere because this...
Skip's the nice guy. He'll make excuses for everybody. All I know is somebody took my shit.
Well, okay.
Period. Skip is so fucking nice. He always looks for the bright side.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people in the house.
There's got to be an explanation for it.
Maybe somebody thought it was theirs. It's a possibility.
No, it's not, because that phone was so brand new. You know if you had a Lightning charger or not. Somebody took my shit. But anyway, so as it was, I was walking around with my phone, and also with this 5, it had that new feature where we just started using Find My iPhone.
Oh, right.
So at some point during the day now, I can't find my phone. And I'm like going nuts. Because now I'm like, I'm in panic mode. Because there's tons of strangers there. There's a job going on, the film crew going on. And
construction crew.
Yeah, I'm about to lose my mind.
There's like 50 people running around this house like 24/7 trying to get the job. There's a lot of confusion. Everybody's hot, sweaty, aggravated.
So I can't find my phone. So I remembered that we've got this new feature, Find My iPhone. So I said, Skip, give me your phone and I'm going to try to locate my phone. So he gives me his phone and I go into the app and you can press a button in that app that says make a sound. It makes your phone make a sound. Even if it's on vibrate, even if the sound is turned off, it'll make a beeping sound. So I hit the button and I'm hearing deet, 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 deet. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, it's like right there. Like, I'm like, shit, your phone's making the sound, so I can't hear my phone make the sound. So I'm like going nuts, like, this thing doesn't work right, like I'm looking all over, and I keep pressing the beep and beep, beep, beep.
Oh, my phone's beeping.
Yeah,
right.
your phone's, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how am I supposed to hear my phone beeping if your phone's beeping too? It just is pissing me off. So, I mean, it must have been about an hour.
Your wire's gone and your phone's gone.
Yes, and now I'm going around to everybody because now I'm not myself anymore because I'm in panic mode. So now I'm telling everybody my phone is missing. If you see your phone, it's my phone. I'm lost my phone. I'm like, I'm going around to everybody.
By the way, you're thinking in the back of your mind, this could be a Jennifer Lawrence scenario because if anybody gets a hold of that phone and opens up that photo file.
No. They weren't in there at that point. So anyway, so I was like, everybody knew I was looking for my phone and I wasn't happy about it because I was like stressing,
you were definitely stressed out.
Yeah. So I'm looking around, and then probably about maybe 15 minutes later, I tried it again with your phone, and something just prompted me to look down, and I felt my chest, and it was my phone in my bra that was ringing, not your phone. So it was on me the entire time, and it was my phone that was beeping, not yours. And so then I had to...
Because you were holding my phone in your hand.
Yes.
You thought it was actually coming from your phone. So you're walking around for like 2 hours looking for your phone, and it's in your bra.
Beeping. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So then I had to break the news to everybody, I found my phone.
Sorry, I called you a thief and said you stole my shit.
I remember Adam, he was like, oh, God. Like, he was just like, you idiot.
Yeah. And you're like sizing up people on the crew. You're like,
oh, yeah.
It's got to be him.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's him. He looks, I don't know. It's got to be him.
Because every time I can't find something, what do I say?
Somebody stole it.
Every time.
This happens in our house. You would lose your ass if it was not attached. You lose everything every day. I swear to God, you go in the kitchen and you open up the drawer every single day. Where are the scissors? I'm like, they're in the drawer. No, they're not. They're right in the front of the drawer. Oh, yeah. So it's like you lose shit a lot.
But like weird things, though, I swear
the answer always is somebody stole it. I'm like, there's not anyone.
Yes.
No one has been in our home.
Somebody takes things to fuck with me. I know it. I know it. Like when my last,
you know
when
what?
I had
Wherever it is that you're looking for is where all the missing other socks are.
Oh.
Because somewhere there's some fucking mysterious fantasy sock like parallel universe that when the socks go into the laundry, only one comes out.
I don't know. I think
what is with that?
I think there's somebody that exists that tries to make me crazy, and they take my things.
No, I believe that there's some sort of cosmic shit going on. I swear to God, it happens to me like a lot when I'm working. I will have something in my hand, and then I will look for it, and it's gone. I mean, it's freaking there. It's gone. It's nowhere to be found. You'll never see it again. And I walk around talking to myself, going, "Oh, it's gone forever." Like I know that it was just right here, and now I will never see that again.
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere like I don't know, got kicked under something, but somehow or another, I will never find it. And I'm just gonna, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna go buy another one because it's gone.
Yeah, and it's sad to say, even like with people I trust, sometimes I suspect.
You suspect me all the time, you fucking bitch. Like you stole it. I'm like,
because that's the only explanation for it to be missing.
Let's be straight here. I haven't even seen it, let alone steal it. I have no use for your mascara, okay? Or whatever the fuck it is you're looking for.
Well, take a look at those Halloween pictures. You have on a nice bit of eyeliner on Halloween.
Yeah, you'll be looking for something that I would not even have any occasion to ever even touch. Did you take it? No.
All right.
And then about 3 days later, you'd be like, oh, yeah. But never once do I hear sorry. Never happens.
Ah, well, because if it was missing, it was because of you.
Right. Yeah.
It's still your fault.
It's my fault, right?
It's still your fault.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. You took it.
So anyway, I wanted to. We saw it on TV the other day, and I just have to talk about this. There was a Febreze commercial. Okay, so you might have seen this commercial. It's a kid, he was probably about 14 years old, sitting in his room, and his mother walks in, and she's like, ugh, it stinks in here. So she takes the Febreze, and she sprays it all around his room because the kid is about to have his friends coming over any minute now. So she sprays the room, and then the little girl walks in the room, and she's like, ooh, it smells good in here. And all I keep thinking is, yeah, it smells great in there, but you're smelling his dirty sheets and his nasty farts. All those little particles are up in your nose right now. Like, they're covering up his dirty, disgusting.
Febreze.
It's like if it stinks in there, it's for a reason. It's because you got dirty sheets. It's because you didn't open the window. It's because you spilled shit on your carpet. It's because you're a slob. Yeah, you got your dirty underwear. You got the tissues that you finished off in. It's like boys, it's like teenagers. Their room stinks because it's dirty. So mom's right there like, squirt.
Teenage girls' rooms aren't dirty. Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah, mine was pretty rancid,
half
too.
the teenage girls, I remember you couldn't even see the floor because it was covered with clothes and makeup and
yeah,
shit.
well, regardless, my point is that if it stinks, it's because something is dirty. And here's mom in the commercial, squirt, 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 everything's fixed. Like, really? That's how you're going to promote that product?
Meanwhile, like, his sheets and pillowcase and everything in his room was, like, stiff and standing straight up.
Exactly. I mean, like, I thought that was the most
teenager
disgusting.
And he's like,
it's just disgusting, that commercial. It was like promoting
you
being
should run through
dirty.
that room with a black light tester.
Oh, it's so gross. It's like, yeah, use Febreze and you can stay as dirty as you want for as long as you want. Here, Adam, don't take a shower ever. Here's some Febreze.
I will never forget the day that I was in science class in high school, and my science teacher, we were talking about the the nerves in your nasal system and olfactory nerve and everything that allows you to have the sense of smell. So the science behind it, he was explaining, and it has never even occurred to me. Like, I'm just like, oh, well, you see things and you taste things and you smell things. Okay. Then he went on to explain that the reason why your olfactory nerve can detect the smell is because it's actually particles of whatever it is that you are smelling are in the air, microscopic, and they travel around. And when they go into your nose and it makes contact, your brain can decode what that is, and it gives you the sense of what it smells like.
Right. So in other words, you got shit particles in your nose when you walk into the bathroom after somebody else.
I swear I was sitting there in the chair and I had this moment of like,
this epiphany, like, oh my God.
What the hell is he saying right now? Are you telling me
that I got shit in my nose?
Yes. So every time I'm like, whatever, and I'm walking in the yard with a dog and I smell dog shit, I'm like, so basically this dog, what? And of course, then my mind started going like a million miles an hour about every nasty thing I've ever smelled in my life.
Yep.
And I had this flash before my eyes, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, farts.
I will
Disgusting.
never forget that. And I was like, probably 14, 15 years old. I mean, I'd done a lot of smelling by that time, you know, most of which come from me. And I'm like,
it's like recycled.
Yeah, man. Like some things you just want to unlearn, I'm like, now every time I smell something nasty, I'm like, I run away. I run from it because I'm like, it's entering my body.
Yeah, it's exactly right. You know what I think of is just hysterical is because I bring my poopery into the bathroom with me at work. I have like my little shit kit that I walk around with. It's
we talked about that.
Yeah, if you're a newer listener, you didn't listen to early episodes. I have this shit kit that I keep at my desk at work, and it's like one of those neoprene lunch bags, and inside of it I have my poopery, my ass wipes, a roll of toilet paper just in case, because every once in a while the county gives us this
like baby wipe type of things, right?
Yeah, it's the Charmin fresh wipes.
Yeah.
So I have those. A roll of toilet paper just in case there's really disgusting toilet paper that doesn't hold up good in the bathroom. It's a county, it's a public bathroom. And also hand soap and hand cream for me to use.
Very, very thorough.
Yeah, because sometimes there's no soap in the bathroom, and after I wash my hands, they get very dry.
So it's like a whole toolkit that you need to go in there just to...
Shit kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the best part, though, is after I get done in there, and, I always spray my poopery on the toilet water before I go because it works like 100%. It masks any poop odor. And so the best part is, though, when I'm about to exit the bathroom at the stall and somebody else is walking in, I've had people on many occasions say, "Ooh, it smells good in here." And I fucking love that because I'm so tempted to say, I just took a shit.
You're smelling the inside of my colon. That's disgusting.
I love that. Yeah. I mean, even if I'm just peeing, I take the thing with me because it's got the hand soap in it and, my cream.
So that was a very funny commercial. We both kind of laughed at that because we're both like, well, okay, so you're actually still like smelling all that stuff. You're just being camouflaged by
which is disgusting.
Febreze. How about you clean your room, you nasty little fucker?
Yeah. Yeah, or mom, how about you teach the kid to clean his room instead of masking it with some chemicals?
Well, back in the day, it was like Lysol. So you just like run around the house and spray the Lysol.
And you know what? At least Lysol disinfects stuff. Yeah. This Febreze is just a mask of, scent, which all chemicals and crap you're going to die from.
So speaking of which, watching TV, we're up early this morning. And, we get up really early. So we wind up throwing on like, MSNBC or NBC or whatever. And there's always like news on and the weather and we're checking traffic and all that kind of stuff. So this thing comes on this morning that I kind of caught quickly, and then it kind of went in one ear and out the other. And then I'm like, I remembered. I'm like, all right, let me check online with it. So anyway, the Royal Council convenes these British researchers in England to do this survey about food labels. And they're finding that people don't respond so well to the calorie counts and things like that on food labels.
Yeah, keep talking. I'm going to go get myself a Reese's Pieces egg.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you do that. Thanks. Leave the bag there. I don't want any. leftover Easter candy. So they're doing this survey, and they surveyed a few thousand people now, and they're trying out this new thing that they're going to put labels on the front of food packaging, not only like on the back where you got to look for the calorie count, but right on the front there's going to be pictures, like an illustration that's going to show someone doing an activity. And it's going to be like you'll see someone like a little figure, not like a full picture of someone, but like a stick figure or whatever, either on a treadmill or on a bicycle or lifting weights or running or swimming or whatever. And the idea is that they are now going to show the exercise that is required to burn off the calories of eating that food.
It's like a little picture of a little cartoon Running Man.
Yeah. So it's like you will see like a time. So it'll be like a little guy on a treadmill, and it'll say 49 minutes. And basically, they're testing to see how people are going to respond to this. So to give you an example, like one can of soda will have like a little figure walking for 26 minutes.
It makes me not want to buy it.
You got to exactly. So that was their whole point. Like they're trying to get people to discourage people from junk food and things like that are high calorie, high fat, high sugar, high salt foods that cause people to be obese.
It's like creating a product and spending the money to market it and put it in a store, but you have to put on your own label, "Don't eat me, I'm not healthy for you."
Well, I am sure that the food companies are probably all fighting this, as all food companies have always fought labeling on their food because they don't want people to see all this stuff, right? So there was a time when you didn't even have to put ingredients on the food, right? Nothing. There it is. So now over time, of course, these laws have changed, and now you need to know all the ingredients. You need to, for whatever nut allergy and whatever other, for allergy problems, and not to mention salt and whatever that can cause you health problems, sugar for diabetics, all that stuff. So the labels are becoming more and more detailed, is my point. So British surveyors found out that if they put these little figures on the label, that it's discouraging people from eating these high-calorie foods. So, again, example, can of soda, 26 minutes of walking. A slice of pizza was like, I don't know, an hour in the gym.
How do you label a slice of pizza?
I don't know. I guess on the box, or I don't know.
Well, it ain't in a pizzeria.
No, but that like right now when you go into a fast food place or a Starbucks or whatever, on their menu up on the lighted board up over the counter are the calories.
Yeah.
So now they are proposing that they are going to have the activity level that is required to burn off those calories.
I have actually made a lot of decisions in restaurants based on the putting the calories on the menu.
Yeah, I look at labels. I definitely look at labels. I look at fat. I look at saturated and trans fats. I look at sugar, carbs, definitely sodium. Those are all things.
Want to buy this right now?
No, I don't. She's eating the head off the chocolate bunny.
I got to tell you, back in the day, my grandmother, when she was alive, and used to get us Easter baskets, me and my cousin, I always knew the difference between the cheap chocolate and the good chocolate name brands,
Right.
And so I would always hit the expensive ones first. And my mother would try to beat me to them.
Yeah.
So I'd have to try to hide some because she didn't think I knew the difference. But so as time has gone on, I've always avoided the non-name brand chocolates.
Yeah.
And this particular non-name brand chocolates that your mom got us.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, I know. I ate like half the freaking bag the other day.
I only ate it because I was hungry.
Now, if there was a picture of a woman on a treadmill for 4 hours, which is probably what you're going to have to do to burn off the head of that chocolate bunny, you may think twice before you eat it. So, chocolate bar, 49 minutes of biking required to burn off. A cinnamon roll, 40 minutes of high speed on the treadmill. Okay. So basically what they're doing is they're saying that listing the activity equivalent is a better way to fight obesity than just the calorie count alone. And according to records now, 2 out of every 3 Americans are seriously overweight or obese. So that's a big number.
Yeah.
So I think the world is going to kind of wait to see how they make out with this test and if they can actually get it passed so the government will actually put this thing into act.
I don't think it's going to go.
It's something that you might, listen, every single time they try to.
What if you don't even exercise?
Every time they try to do something more with food labeling, all the food companies and everybody fights it, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to know that you're going to die or you're going to get fat if you eat their food.
There's too much information. I don't want to know how long I have to run because I'm not going to fucking run anyway.
There's a lot of health conscious people that their whole point is that it just might be one more thing that might
That's why they got
dissuade
those
you.
wristbands now. It'll tell you how much calories you burned.
Listen, all I
much
know is
information.
that if it works and it keeps people from eating junk food, or maybe it reduces that,
It ruins the experience, is what it
I
does.
think they ought to
I want
have
to enjoy
like a
it.
picture of like a dude on a toilet and how much is time required to crap this thing out.
Oh, God. Like, I'm enjoying this chocolate crunchy bunny right now.
Yeah.
And it would, like, have ruined the experience if I'm just thinking about, how many I have to run 2.5 hours.
I'm thinking they should definitely take it to another level and do the toilet time required. And maybe, how about this? I just had a great idea. The amount of time it would take having sex to burn off the calories.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah, because you do burn a lot of calories having sex. According, I don't know, I read some statistics and I think it was
Not a lot.
Well, yeah, it's probably not as much as you
But it depends
think.
on how vigorously you are engaging in that activity.
Yeah, if you're just going to kind of go at it like, gently. But I mean, if you're really going
If
to
you're
be like,
making love, forget it. You're not burning shit.
No. But if you're slamming stuff around and you're like, you're bouncing shit off the wall and off the ceiling and
Yeah, make love if you don't worry about
You're running around the
about
room with
calories.
every piece of
Start
furniture
fucking if you want to lose burn a lot of
you
calories.
start doing some yoga poses and shit.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, 30 minutes of sex, according to what I have found out, burns approximately 100 calories. And again, of course, that's going to be subjected to how active the sex is. But what I also found out was interesting, that the average sexual experience is only 6 minutes and averages only 21 calories.
Do you remember when we were first together? We had these 15-hour sessions. Like my mother would call in the morning, and I wouldn't answer the phone. We were like, we're busy. And then later on at the end of the day, we're still busy.
It was like round 6.
I don't know how we lasted that long.
I don't know.
Oh my
man.
God! Speaking of this whole calorie thing, when you were saying yesterday that you were trying to eat a little bit better, you wanted to get over to the gym because you haven't been able to as much doing the house renovation, and then I said to you, "I love every inch of you." And then remember what you said to me?
I said, well, maybe some inches more than others.
Yeah. That was great.
I know there's 3 or 4 inches that you really love.
3 or 4?
3 or 4. Some people like it that wide.
Good one, my love. Good one. Good one.
So I thought that was interesting. I got a kick out of that. And, I guess time will tell. We're going to see how this survey works out. And according to what they're saying, the results so far of these 2,000 people they've been testing is that over 30% have reacted positively to it so far in the preliminary test. And that I think 33% or 34% now have increased their physical and exercise routine, physical activity, based upon the labeling. So what they did was they went into a food store, and they had 2,000 people shop in the store, and everything in that store they labeled like what we're talking about with this new labeling system. So everything you bought in that grocery store now was relabeled.
Sales were way down that day.
Well, it was like a test site, and then I guess they're doing it over a period of time, and they're charting how people are they gaining weight? Are they losing weight? Are they doing more exercise? Are they happier? Or what? All the things that you do with a statistical test. So I guess time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of eating, I had seen an interesting post on Facebook from a friend of mine who I've known a really long time. She is a huge animal advocate. She is all about going out daily to these feral cat colonies and feeding them. She gives them medical care. She'll take them and get them spayed and neutered, or if somebody looks sick, she takes it, brings it to the vet, her own money. She's very, very, very into animal rescue. And she had started this page about this cow named Minnie. Now, there's a farm, I think it's called Brenner's Farm.
Cow.
In East Setauket. And
Oh, yeah, I know that place.
okay.
Yeah.
So they have a cow there who they raised, and they domesticated this cow. This cow is used at birthday parties. They charge people money to use the cow. The cow is very friendly. It's playful. It licks like a dog. It's very socialized and very affectionate. And it has a name. Her name is Minnie. So this cow is about 2 years old, and she has been enjoyed by many. And I don't know how they found out, but the owners of this farm want to now slaughter her and eat her. And there's a number of people who are just like really, really upset about this because they knew Minnie because they brought their kids to go visit this place. And so what they did was they put together a lot of money to purchase Minnie, and also they have a sanctuary who is in New Jersey willing to take Minnie and care for her for the rest of her life. So these people are willing to pay for the cow to the guy so that to save it from slaughter, because it's like a pet. It's not like, when you raise livestock and you're not really getting personal with them.
Right.
This is an actually domesticated, affectionate cow that people, kids play with.
Right.
The guy is absolutely refusing to sell the cow.
Huh.
Like, why wouldn't you just take the money and buy all the food you want? Like, if the whole thing is like,
if you want to turn this thing into chops or filet mignon or whatever, how about here's $10,000, go buy a lifetime worth of meat and a giant freezer.
Right.
And
They raised a really good amount of money, and they're willing to give him more if he wants more. But he's just being stubborn, trying to make a point, on principle, and not sell this cow. And the thing is that there's a lot of people really attached to this cow that they want to save it.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you have to make a principle about killing the cow and hurt all these people that are they want to save a life? It's a sweet animal, and how the fuck do you kill your pet on purpose to eat? It's one thing. I understand people raise animals. I get it. People raise animals because it's their food, or they go hunting to eat something. Right. I'm not into the people hunting for sport.
They're charging money for people to come and see this cow, so
Yes.
technically it's a cash cow.
Yes.
Right. So why you want to why do you want to stop your revenue stream?
Because he's
that
just
place
not
is
a nice
pretty busy.
person.
I passed by there a bunch of times, and it's always got school buses out in front, and they do they got tons of kids that come through there every single day. I'd imagine business is probably not so good right now.
You know what? I don't know if that's even the point. I think that he's probably continues to get new cows and maybe kill them, because really it's probably done it before.
Yeah, but when there's negative attention like that, and it's going to wind up on News 12.
It already was in the Newsday today.
I guess,
and he's still standing by. He's standing by it, and he's not letting them.
He's got the right to do what he wants to do. It's his animal. It's his property. But the fact is that is a pretty shitty thing to do.
Yeah, especially to domesticate it, raise it as a pet, and
especially
then to kill it and eat
offering
it.
To pay you a ridiculous amount of money,
yes,
far and beyond what the cow is actually worth.
Right.
If you are going to reduce it to a freezer full of meat, then obviously it doesn't mean anything to
right.
you. So why not just take the money?
Right.
Yeah.
So people, on my Facebook page is that little link where I put with the story. If you guys feel like you might want to write to that guy or call him and just put in a little plea, because we're really kind of at a loss, what to do. You can't make the guy. I don't know what you could do, but it's very sad. It's just sad because it's a nice cow.
Listen, the farmer mentality too. If you ever grown up on a farm, or for any people listening that have. That is part of the cycle of life on a farm, and it's not an easy thing to do, and that's part of what you do when you raise animals.
Well, then keep it in the back and don't use it to entertain families and children.
That's the part that I definitely agree with. I think that if you're going to farm and you're going to raise animals, and you understand this is a part of what you do, and there's going to come a time every animal in there is going to see its day, right? They're going to wind up on your dinner table. That's what you do. But you don't bring 100 kids a day through the barn and charge money and get this cow used to being with people and get kids used to being with people in the community. There are kids that they have birthday parties, all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
This cow has been in probably 10,000 pictures with kids.
Yes.
And videos and every other thing.
Yeah, my friend, a friend of hers had actually contacted the owner's, wife, because she wanted to get pictures of Minnie, and so she was posing as a potential customer. So the woman wrote back and sent pictures like, "Oh, I hope these are good enough. It was really hard for me to get good pictures because she just was so affectionate. She kept licking me."
Oh, God.
Really, people?
Wow.
It's disgusting. So I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there who are hunters and they advocate for eating livestock, and that's all well and good, but this is like a pet and people want to save it. Let the people save it. Give the guy money. Dude, go buy some nice meat. At meat farms or something, or just buy another cow or whatever.
You probably have enough money to buy 5 more cows. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So,
Yes.
there you go. I mean, there's your answer. Buy a few more cows and make even more money on them.
Right, exactly. But these people are attached to this sweet mini. So give them a call or send them an email or something, or just go on my
Is it
Facebook, get the
Brennan's
information.
Farm, right?
Yeah, it's in East Setauket in New York.
Yeah.
It's on my Facebook page, my personal page.
He's going to be getting a bunch of hate mail now.
You know what? Good, because he's just really being stubborn and cruel at this point. If people are begging you, please don't kill it. Why? Why would you? Why would you go through with it? It's just, every once in a while, can you concede and do something nice for people? You're just going to stand your ground just because you can?
Well,
What the fuck?
listen, that cow has made him a bunch of money, so why not kill it?
What an ass, right? Why not keep it and continue to make money on it, for that matter?
People who listen, every time you try to figure people out is when you're going to basically just kick yourself in the ass, because it's like
people suck. So many people suck.
You're going to get a better answer if you do that.
Yep, so many people suck. I also did you have something you were about to say?
I had a tip. I wanted to get back to someone who had written to us for Tip Tuesday a week or so ago.
Tip Tuesday!
And had a question on some
Tip
electrical.
Tuesday?
Tip Tuesday!
Tip Tuesday, but it's not Tip Tuesday. But I'm gonna revisit this tip because I told that this particular person, whose name is John Braswell, that I would get back to him. Although I did ask for him to respond to my question when I addressed it on the pod previously.
Okay, so then you're about to give a tip.
Yes, I am.
When helping people with their homes, they call Skip Bedell.
You want to avoid a headache and save money, he's the man to talk to. Skip Bedell.
And so his question back then was, I have the old style wiring in my house. The house was built back in the 50s, and it only has 2-prong receptacles all around the house. So if you guys have that in your house, you know what we're talking about. You go and buy a new modern appliance that has a third grounding prong on it, and you cannot plug it into your old style receptacles. So that is leading him to believe that there is no ground on these receptacles, which may possibly be true. But I did mention to him, as to many of you, if you have the old 2-prong style receptacles in your house, many times what they did back then was they used metal boxes. So the receptacle box that they're behind the wall is made out of metal. Those boxes were grounded either with an external wire that traveled from box to box and back to the panel, or the the electrical wire going into every box that supplied the electricity was in an armor-coated cable, which was attached to that metal box and also carried the ground back to the panel. So I said to John, go out to the hardware store, get yourself a circuit tester. You can plug it in. It looks like like an electrical plug. You plug it right into your receptacle, and it will tell you whether or not it's grounded, and it will tell you a bunch of different things on that tester. Anyway, I haven't heard back from him, but I also wanted to offer one more suggestion to you. Now, if in fact, when you find out if the boxes are grounded, then you can tail right off of those boxes. On the back of the inside of those metal boxes, usually there's a screw, a grounding screw. So if you've never taken your receptacles out, you might not be aware of this, but you can take a copper wire, pull it off the back of that box, and attach it to your receptacle. Or in most cases, your receptacle will ground right to the box just by screwing it to the box. The metal frame will make contact with that, and that'll also act as a ground. The second thing you can do, and I had mentioned that first tip to you, I think, last time, but the second thing that can happen, and this is for everybody listening, if you have this situation and you find out that you do not have a ground going from receptacle, which, by the way, is very dangerous. You want to make sure your electricity is grounded for a lot of different reasons, for lightning strikes, and also if you should happen to come in contact with the electricity, it's going to go through the ground and back to the panel as opposed to going through your body and electrocuting you. So what you can do is you can GFI protect those receptacles, and if you put in a GFCI receptacle like you've seen modern code calls for, they're not going to ground because there's no ground going to that receptacle. So what you would have to do is actually go down to your panel. Most likely you're going to want to have an electrician do this unless you're very well versed in electricity. But the breaker that you're going to turn on and off that controls that circuit now, you're going to remove that breaker and you're going to replace it with a GFI protected breaker. And they cost quite a bit more money than a regular breaker, as opposed to, let's say, $9 or $10 or $12 for a breaker. These can cost $30, $40, $50 for that breaker. But what it actually has is a separate little GFI protected switch in that. So that will now ground every receptacle on that circuit. So if a whole room full of receptacles are on that breaker, all those receptacles now will be grounded without you having to do any wiring or open up the walls or change anything else other than that. It's a quick fix, and most people who are handy with electrical can do it themselves. If not, of course, hire an electrician if you don't want to get in your panel and you're not very well versed with that. Wow. Yeah, you can edit that out. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I always suggest to people, especially when you're working in the panel, it's a dangerous place to be. So unless you really are very familiar with it, have an electrician come and do that. But you can change out your breaker, and that will solve your grounding problem.
Awesome.
There you go.
You know, I was getting pretty excited. Also, I wanted to prepare. We haven't set up a date yet, but we are going to set up a date for our friends who have this song. It was on. It's on iTunes actually. It was pretty big, probably about 10 years ago in the dance clubs.
Yeah, this is Paul Mahass and New Life Crisis.
Yeah.
This is a super talented musician here in New York. He's been around for a long time. They have a great band called New Life Crisis, and his partner in crime in that band, they do a lot of performing together, is Chef Alague.
Yeah.
And we're going to be having them come on the show.
Yeah, they're the friends that we always go to see when we say we're going out to see musicians. It's this band.
Yeah, these guys are great. They're just super musically talented, and you're going to enjoy them. They're actually a lot of fun, and hopefully we can get them to bring some guitars in here and do some music for us as well. So this was actually a big dance hit back in the day.
Big. I mean, I was in the gay club,
in the
shaking
gay
it up with the girls.
In the gay club.
Yeah, I was up in the girl club.
Oh, in the girl club.
In the girl club.
That's where they played that song.
Well, no, I mean, I remember being in the club dancing to that. So I actually requested it of the DJ. It's just such a like small world that was like my favorite song for so long.
Yeah.
And then we end up being such close friends with them.
Yeah, these are super, super talented musicians, songwriters, just really great guys, and amazingly talented musicians in and out of the studio as well.
They have I can't wait to hear their stories because they have a lot of experiences from having been in the music industry for so long, having the hit record. They were over trying to be on this TV show in Costa Rica. Jeff recently posted on his Facebook the pictures of himself with Taylor Dane. He used to play bass for her band, and he just knows like a shit ton of famous people that he played with.
Jeff has played with everybody, huge major
He's
acts.
got gold records.
He does have gold records, major acts. I mean, super talented people. These are like, musicians that are like, there's a lot of musicians out there that are like crazy talented that you just never hear about. They're studio musicians. They get behind writing albums, and they're not always people that are releasing their own albums or out touring. And these guys are just incredibly talented and really funny and fun to hang out with.
And Paul's like a rock star. He like dresses like a rock star. He looks like a rock star. When he performs, he's like a rock star.
Absolutely 100% full-blown rock star.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to have them come and talk to
that
us
guy
and
can
hear
pull
what it's
off
like.
any combination of outfit and it just make it look good.
And he can sing anything. That song was a tremendous hit in Europe by a girl band that, it's there, but it was his song, he wrote it, but they took the song like a year or two after they had released it, and it was tremendous.
The song is called Daylight.
Yeah.
You can check it out on iTunes, and check out Paul Mahass and Jeff Alague. They're on Facebook.
Yeah, they're our Facebook friends, so I'm excited. We gotta
that's going to be a really fun interview, and also I'm hoping that we can get them to play a little music,
a little bit acoustic.
They do this acoustic show that we go and see from time to time when we're in New York. And these guys are just amazing. They play everything from like the Beatles to like current, Foo Fighters. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
But just so super talented, and of course they do a lot of their own original music as well.
Yeah.
So I always love hanging out with them. They just make me feel good.
Yeah, me
and they're
too.
going to make you guys feel good too.
Yeah.
So we are going to share the good feelings with you all when we get them in here.
I'm excited. I got one more thing I wanted to ask you about. I was listening on the radio today, and I don't even remember what station it was, but somebody had asked a question, like if you had ever had an experience, they wanted people to call in with when you had to hide. Does anything pop into your head when I ask you if you ever had to hide? You ever get in a situation like that?
I had to hide.
No? Like when you were doing something you shouldn't have been doing and somewhere where you shouldn't have been and you had to hide?
No, not off the top of my head. No, maybe it's like a kid, maybe like a little kid. Maybe you did something when you were a kid. And you had
This thing came up in my head. The first thing.
I don't know.
This was. Oh my God! I think I was about 16, and I had run away from home.
You were a bad girl.
No, I wasn't bad. My mother was just.
Actually, you were actually really you were good.
Yeah, that was why I ran away, because I was
straight A, like honor student.
I was so fucking good, but it was like I wasn't allowed to do anything, so I was like, fed up. I was like, what am I like? I want to be able to do something, So I ran away from home, and I stayed at my friend Stacy's house. And her parents were very lax. She had older parents, so they already had like adult children. So at this point, they were like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they didn't really pay much attention, So I went to her house, and I think I was there probably about a few weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So there was this guy in high school who since I was a freshman, I had a crush on. This guy, Dave Garudi was his name. So he was like, I thought, oh my God, he was just the greatest. He was an upperclassman. But Dave liked my friend Stacy. So just to get like next to him, there was an episode the other night, remember on Family Guy when Meg was trying to set up the guy that she liked who happened to be gay. She was trying to say that Chris wanted to be with him just so she could be around the guy and know what it's like to be with him.
Yeah. Meg's always trying to get somebody to hang out with her.
Yeah, but he was gay, so he didn't like Meg, so she wanted to hook him up with Chris so at least she could be around him. That's what I was doing. I was like trying to hook up Dave with my friend Stacy so at least I could be around him, because he wasn't interested in me.
Wouldn't that be like so frustrating though to now see your girlfriend with this guy that you have a crush on instead of you?
No, because she was like my best friend at the time. I was like, I was like sharing the love. I was like, I was okay.
God, teenage girls are so confusing.
I know. So there was this one night when we snuck him into her house. Like it was the middle of the night, and she and I are like, I think she had like a full-size bed maybe, and we snuck him into the house. And we brought him into her room. Lights are out. Her parents are sleeping. And her parents' bedroom is right next to her bedroom.
Oh, my God.
So we sneak him into the bedroom, and we get him into the bed with us, in between us, right? All dressed. We're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. I'm not doing, like, we're just, like, laying in the bed together, like, hanging out, like, we're just talking. And so
you're 16, and this 16-year-old guy.
No, I think he was probably like around 18, maybe 17, 18.
17 or 18.
He was an upper class. I was a freshman, and he was like a junior or a
right,
senior.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's 17 or 18, which is even worse.
Yeah.
So he's laying in bed between two hot girls.
Yeah, because she was really fucking pretty too.
And nothing's happening.
Nothing was happening.
Oh, I can guarantee you something would happen.
I think maybe
with old Davy boy there.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they were spooning. I don't know. But
he was definitely pitching a tent.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now.
So at some point, I remember we were all in the bed. The blankets are on top of us, and at some point, her mother hears something and comes into, goes out of her room and into Stacy's room and opens the door like, what's going on in here? She heard something. And we quickly covered him up with, over his face with the blanket, like, nothing, we're just talking, nothing, turn off the light. But after the mom turned off the light and left the room, we realized that there were 3 sets of bare feet at the end of the bed.
Oh, my God.
We covered him up, but our feet were out.
You idiots.
Yeah, I remember, and so we couldn't let him leave the house for a while until we knew that her mother was asleep. So he had to pee so bad, so we had him pee in a cup, and we poured it out of the window.
Oh my God. Teenage girls are just a disaster.
Yeah, that was good.
Disaster.
Good times.
Between all the hormones and all the crazy,
oh yeah,
seriously.
I remember
girls
that
are
shit
this,
like it was yesterday.
Yeah, you're all nuts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. If any of you have any 16-year-old daughters, God bless you, because I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Oh God.
Hopefully you got ones that are not too crazy.
I figured everybody had a hiding story. No. I would love to hear some hiding stories, you guys. If you guys go on Facebook and let us know your hiding stories.
I'll come up with something. Let me dial through the mental Rolodex here and see what I can dig up. I'm sure there's got to be something I was playing a trick on somebody or doing something.
Yeah, you guys DM me or something and let me know. I want to hear some hiding stories.
Hiding stories.
Yeah, because those are fun.
Yeah, those are definitely fun.
Tonight's the last night of American Idol.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
Yeah, it's very sad. Very sad.
That's it's the end of an era.
Yeah. So
I remember when I first watched.
I was addicted.
Yeah.
I would stay up for hours just to dial and vote. Yeah. I mean, like, I lost a lot of sleep to stay up and dial.
You just, like, keep dialing for the same person?
Redial. Yeah.
What was the kid, Justin Guarini, with the curly hair?
Yeah, he lost to Kelly Clarkson, and now he does that Dr. Pepper commercial. He's he's, what is it called? Like little something.
Little Sweet or something?
Yeah, Little Sweet.
Little Sweet. It sounds like Prince, right?
It looks like Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kelly Clarkson just killed it.
Yeah, she's going to be on there tonight. I think everybody is, and what's his name? What's the guy? Bald, beard, Daughtry.
Oh,
how did you not
really?
think of that before me?
I just blanked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daughtry's awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be on there.
How he did not win, I don't know. I mean,
you know what? Because people are stupid. You know, like,
meanwhile, his
that
career
guy?
was bigger than like everybody's.
Yeah,
right?
well,
Except
and
for
Jennifer
Kelly
Hudson, she didn't win either.
Right.
Jennifer Hudson's amazing. Oh my God, people! If you go on YouTube and find the James Corden video where he does the carpool karaoke with Jennifer Hudson,
that's great. Yeah,
she is fun and she sounds amazing. She got a great personality. I was really entertained by that little video. That was awesome.
That's a great show.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
carpool karaoke. Check it out.
Yeah, and so I had some other things I was going to talk about too, but we're running long already, right? We're running long, and I'm pooped, and I figured let me save some for the next time.
Yeah.
That's
a good idea.
Yeah, I'll save it.
Save a tip?
Yeah, I'm not going to blow my whole load right now.
Just a half a load?
Yeah. People, tissue. You know, on our website, we have that PayPal link on there where you guys can subscribe if you wanted to contribute to the cost of our podcast, because we're not making any money at all doing this, but it is quite an expense. If you wanted to contribute like $2 a week, it's even like $1 an episode, or even show some love, $10 a month, you can sign up on the PayPal subscription link that's on our website. We really appreciate that. We put it to good use. We'll give you props. And, you know, you'll have a special place in our heart because we really are very touched by the people who care enough to do that for us.
I'm thinking, like, you know, if we get enough people to do that, what might be cool to do something, too, is like a listener appreciation night or something like that. Where, like, you know, we'll meet up and have, like, a Hammer and Nails podcast listener appreciation thing. I know, like, Corolla does that once in a while with his people, and they'll have, like, Mangria night or something like that. And everybody can kind of come if you're in the New York area or L.A. or wherever we happen to be at the time when we do this thing. You know, that might be something cool to do especially for all the people that are subscribers.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're going to have your name. We can see who subscribed.
Yeah. We can go out, like, meet you somewhere, get a bite to eat or something.
Well, I just think it would be cool to do, like, a night somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, we'll do, like, just whatever. We'll just hook it up and do, like, just like a night in some very cool location. And it'll be, like, a limited guest list of subscribers only. I think that would be a cool thing to do.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like meeting all the people. And don't forget, people, that we're going to be day after tomorrow on Saturday the 9th at Hofstra University.
Yeah, come
and
check
also,
us out at the home show.
There is a button on our website. It's brand new. The website's still being tweaked, so if you have any issues with it, please write to me and let me know so that we can fine-tune it. But there's also the button that you can subscribe to make sure that you get the podcast in your email. Every time we release a new episode, you can download it and listen to it anywhere, in your car, at work. You don't have to be able to have any of these apps or anything like that.
The nice part about that is it automatically gets sent to you twice a week, so you're going to get every single new updated episode.
Yeah, so you'll never miss a thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
So and with that, we want to thank everybody, each and every one of you guys. We love you for coming back and listening to our nonsense.
Thank you for writing to us.
Every week. And we hope you're enjoying the Skip's tips and finding it useful. And please continue to write in and give us your questions and anything that I can help you with. And even if it's not DIY related, we're always happy to address that stuff. And we will catch you guys next time.
Love you guys.
Later.
Bye.